Hey guys, Aphectz here, and I hope you enjoyed these clips, these little clips that I put together, a little PvP montage. I haven't done much PvP in this game, but the little PvP I've done was just to test out this build in PvP, and my god, it wrecks. I didn't think this build was going to be this strong in PvP because I made it for PvE intention, and it is great. Now, the build video breakdown is coming up right now, and hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, you know what I'm saying, if you enjoyed. And I'm going to be putting a little bit of a challenging solo at the end of the video. I'm going to probably speed it up and trim it down and stuff. But just make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching the video. And this is the best assault rifle build in the game. And the breakdown is coming. So, hey, what's going on, guys? Aphectz here. And today we're back with another build video. Now today, we have a very special and fire build. Now this is an ultimate solo build. This is, if you guys ever wanted to solo challenge and missions, solo anything in this game, control points level 4, control points level 3, any single like thing that's available to do in this game, any single activity will be soloable with this build. I'm going to show you guys clips of this as well. I'm going to be showing you guys PvP as this as well. This is a crit AR heal build. Now, if you like assault rifles, definitely make sure you check this video out. Be sure to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting another build video out for you guys. I'm just constantly pumping out build videos, good ones too. I have the updated rifle assault build video coming out. I told you guys that I'm going to update it. And this is another build video. Now, today we have, alright, let's get right into it, right? Today is the assault rifle crit heal build. Now, let's go into, first off, we're going to go into let's go into the stats first. I like showing the stats first because we're gonna have 13,000 weapon damage, 39.5% crit chance, 27% critical hit damage, 80% headshot damage, and then 10% assault rifle damage, and pretty much 90 damage to elites. Now, this build is unfinished, and I'm gonna show you what it's doing unfinished. You guys are gonna see the crazy stuff it's doing in PvP and PvE unfinished. This build was intended for PvE because I wanted to make another build for PvP with the same exact setup with just different better rolls on the other items. Now, with that being said, I'm tearing down people in PvP like it is nothing. I'm tearing down people in PvP like they are elites, and you think I'm doing 90% more damage to them. I'm gonna show you guys the clips, but without further ado, let's go over that, and let's go over the talents as well. Gear talents, I have Safeguard active, hard hitting, Berserk, hard hitting, clutch, hard hitting. Strained is active. So if my armor is down 50%, I'm doing 100% critical hit damage extra when I crit. If my armor is down all of it, then I'm doing 200% extra critical hit damage. I have that as well, and my holster talents are there. You guys, all that matters is the strained. Pretty much all that matters is the strained, right? That's pretty much the strained and the safeguard. Safeguard, that means basically the safeguard, when I kill a target, that means for 20 seconds my clutch is gonna activate, and it's gonna basically increase clutch from 8% healing. Increase clutch from, look at what does clutch do. I'm gonna show you right now. Clutch is 15% healing, right? That's gonna increase it 150%. So that's gonna be 37.5% healing to health, and it's gonna be, what is 150%? It's gonna be 5% healing to armor. So, all right. Now, basically, let's go over the build explain. Now, the build is basically an assault rifle crit build, so the guns is going to be tactical MK16. You're either going to want a tactical MK16 or a regular MK16. The regular MK16 has more accuracy, so less bullet spread and less bloom. But it usually rolls less base damage, but you can roll the same base damage or higher, I'm pretty sure. Now, you're going to want to look for rate of fire on this and strain talent, or one of them, and then you could just re-roll another gun with it. Rate of fire is strained on it, and that's pretty much what you're going to be looking for. These two are the best guns in the game for assault rifles if you're on console, because they're not too high of a RPM, so you're going to be able to control it. And if you wanted a PvP gun, go for the Police M4 or the custom P416. Now, the reason why you go for the custom P416 or P416 is because high rate of fire for PvP. Less accuracy, but high rate of fire. The Police M4 is high accuracy, high rate of fire, just bad stability. But without further ado, you know what I'm saying, if you're on console, if you're on PC, you can control stability easier, so any one of these guns would work. But on console, I recommend the tactical MK16. I just showed you why. Let me show you guys the gun stuff on it, the mods. Weapon mods, I go with optimal range and then 5% less critical hit damage, because this is the only gun I'm using as a primary. You know what I'm saying? This is the only gun I'm using. So I really want to have a little bit more optimal range, because that's going to increase my critical range, and that's going to basically make me so I can laser from medium range longer. 10% crit, you want the laser pointer with 10% crit chance. The stability doesn't matter, make sure you control it. Accuracy, you're gonna want this large suppressor. 5% damage to elites doesn't matter, but the 20% accuracy is really good. It's another, it basically increases your DPS by so much. Then you're gonna want this this light extended mag right here, 30 rounds, 10 rate of fire. Now the best in slot gun, the best in slot for right here is a hollow sight. It's a EXP3R hollow sight. I'm still looking for it. I'm soloing control points level 3 right now to get it. It gives you 12% crit chance and then -10 stability or something like that, which is it's it's either -10 stability or what, -5 or -10% weapon damage. It's something, but it's crit chance, and you want to have your crit chance capped. As you can see, my crit chance was only 40%. You want to have that capped. This build is still not done, but I'm going to show you guys in the clips upcoming after this, after I go over the build, what this build can actually do. So this build video might be a little bit long. Now, the holstered weapon doesn't matter, but I would rather have the CHATTERBOX here, but it doesn't really matter. You can have whatever gun you want here. Just make sure, you know what I'm saying, it just has a good holster talent, I guess. You want the CHATTERBOX here. That's best in slot. Now for the high end, you want to make sure it has in rhythm. Any one of these guns, your holster talents, has to have in rhythm. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldowns. Now I can't stress this enough why this is good, because you can just basically keep resetting your skills, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just good, you know what I'm saying? Can occur once every 60 seconds. You kill an enemy, reset your it's just so good. But with that being said, you also have now let's go right into the build. Now for the build, like I said, you see how this says 5 out of 5 on this on the strain talent, requires 5 offensive stats or less. Now that basically means you need to have 5 offensive stats or less. You see how I don't have a mod on here? Because if I put a mod on here, that would be 6. If it rolls offensive protocol, or where it says attributes, if it rolls a red attribute, that means that counts as an offensive attribute. The role of the offensive attribute talent, the offensive attribute stat, and the role of an offensive attribute mod counts as an offensive slot. So it is kind of hard to make this build work, but this build is going to work. It is also a PvE and PvP build. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to timestamp it so you guys can see the gear. So this build, you're going to want to have a wyvern wear mask. So it's going to be mask, wyvern wear mask, wyvern wear holster, and wyvern wear knee pads. That's what I like to run on this build. And then Fenris top, any gloves that have clutch, it doesn't really matter. And then you're gonna want to have any backpack that has 2. Basically, you want the backpack to have either a utility mod slot, a defensive mod slot, and then a crit chance roll, a health roll, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. But just make sure it doesn't have a offensive mod slot. You want it to have safeguard and hard hitting as well. So it could be any backpack. All that matters is 3-piece wyvern, 1-piece Fenris, clutch, and then don't roll an offensive mod on here. There's clutch and safeguard over here. So now those are mandatory. Like clutch, safeguard is mandatory. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. So without further ado, we got the wyvern wear mask. Now this mask is pretty good. I re-rolled damage to elites on it. I got it with damage to elites and cooldown, which is what I needed, because I need the cooldown reduction, because I needed to have only one offensive attribute right here, and damage to elites is the most effective for PvE. Now this is a PvE made build first, but it's PvP second, so it's a PvE PvP build, not a PvP PvE build. Like, it can work for both, but it's mainly for PvE. It's mainly for gear farming. When World Tier 5 comes out, there's gear farming. I'm still farming for my pistol build. I'm still farming for my rifle assault build to be complete. I'm still farming for other stuff for this build, so you want to keep farming. 50% damage to elites just with this mask alone. Now, second, we have the Fenris Group AB top. Now this top is insane. You have Berserk on it, which makes the build. Berserk makes the build as well, because basically 100% weapon damage when you have all your armor lost. That's insane, especially because I'm getting 100% weapon damage and 200% crit damage. Insane. You want critical hit damage, health, and weapon damage on it. You can either have headshot damage. I like headshot damage more than weapon damage on this build specifically, because headshot damage is additive to the crit. So when you crit headshot, it's going to do more. The weapon damage is good, but you can get weapon damage with mods. So now let me show you guys this, right? For this specific PvE build, right? You're going to want to use utility slots that give you XP on kill. Now, you might say, well, why would I want XP on kill? Because every little XP on kill you have right now in this build, I have about like 10% XP on kill. So that means I'm getting my field proficiency catches 10% faster than somebody else. So that means if somebody else were to get 10 field proficiency catches, I'm getting 11. And this is only right now, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? This is only right now because I haven't rolled the best kill XP stuff. But you know what I'm saying? It adds up over time. You might not think, oh, it's just 1 cash every time I'm getting 10. That's not a lot. It adds up. I'm telling you, it adds up. It adds up. And that means I'm farming 10% faster than somebody else. And this is a farm build. But it also works in PvP, which is why it's great. So, now, this Fenris Group top, I have another one. I could re-roll the weapon damage higher on this one, but I do have another one right over here that's really good. But I'm saving this one for PvP. I'm doing a specific PvP build for this exact thing, a specific one in PvP. This one right here, right? This one I can roll to crit chance, and it's gonna have health, armor, crit chance, right? And then berserk and hard hitting. But I don't, not that one. That one is good too, right? But then it's this one right here. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? It's right here. 21 headshot damage, right? 6.5% crit chance, health rolled on it, berserk and vital. This is, oh my god, this is a great one right here. This is actually just great right here. I'm gonna make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm keep that for PvP. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do when I have my PvP set up. So now for the Wyvernware holster, for your holster, you're gonna want, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna want it to roll crit chance and health. And then you're going to want it to roll a utility mod slot, or a defensive mod slot will work. Remember, you don't have to roll utility mod slots. Defensive mod slots will work. I just specifically wanted utility mod slots specifically for PvE. If you are PvE only players, try to look for utility mod slots, because that kill XP is going to give you, like, it's going to add up so much, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even have all of the kill XP. Fully, with this build, fully, I would have about, like, 16% kill XP. But I don't, so... You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm only farming like 11 to 12% faster than people, not a little bit more. So you're gonna want it to roll crit chance. Now I'm still missing crit chance, because look at how high it can roll crit chance. It can roll up to 16 crit chance, right? Which is a lot. So I'm missing 10% crit chance right here. That would make me boost to 50, and then that 12% hollow sight will make me boost to 60. So if I get a better holster, then I'll basically be at 60% crit chance cap, and that's perfect. So you just want to pretty much look for that. Wyvernware, you want to actually have health on your stuff too. I didn't mention that, but now I'm mentioning it. You want to have health on your stats, right? You want to have health. The reason why is because your goal is to make your armor diminish, right? Your armor diminishes, and then you have health on your stats as well. Armor diminishes, you have high health, so you don't get one-shotted as soon as your armor goes down. Even though you're going to be healing and stuff, you don't want to get one-shotted. Now for the backpack, any backpack will work. You want crit chance on it, skill up, anything. You got crit chance on it. That's all you want. You want to have a good crit chance roll on it, and then whatever else doesn't matter. Health is ideal, but you're going to want to have safeguard and damage to elites. For PvP, you don't have to have damage to elites at none of these slots. Just remember that. For utility, you're going to want to have XP to weak points, or XP to kill XP, headshot XP, or kill XP. Anything for that. For gloves, now you're going to want to have health on it. That's ideal, and clutch with a utility mod slot. You can also have a defensive mod slot. You can also have a defensive mod slot, or you can just have health and clutch, like something like this. If it had health and clutch right here, this would be okay. Like, just, it doesn't matter, health, clutch, and you know what I'm saying, you just have to have health and clutch, or it has to have can't have an offensive attribute, so no crit chance, none of that other stuff. It just has to have a defensive attribute and clutch. With have headshot kill XP and increased kill XP. You want, that's the best roll. If it has both rolled kill XP, then that's the best thing. So that doesn't matter though. The gloves and the backpack are interchangeable. You just want to have the 3-piece Wyvern and the 1-piece Fenris. Now for the last one, I have the knee pads hard hitting. Basically as cooldown reduction and hard hitting for damage to elites, and I have the offensive protocol mod slot, but you cannot use it, because if I use it, then I go over 6 offensive attributes, and that will not unlock me to have safeguard, and it won't let me have strained. So the key to this build is safeguard, berserk, and strained. Basically, if my armor depletes 50%, I'm gonna still have 50% armor. I'm gonna have 50% extra weapon damage, 100% extra crit damage, and if I kill a target, my healing is gonna go up. And it's just, I'm gonna show you guys this build. This is why this build video is gonna take like 20-something minutes. It's gonna take a little bit, might be take 30 minutes, but this build is gonna, you're gonna want to see why this build is so good. You know what I'm saying? So now that is pretty much the build. You want to have the chem launcher. I'm not fully like comfortable without using the chem launcher. I know this build is not meant for you to stay high HP, but I still feel like the chem launcher is still good. I'm not perfected on this build yet. I still have to get it, so I still use the chem launcher for healing if I get in a sticky situation. But yeah, let me just show you guys. This is on named bosses. This is what I'm doing close up. The DPS is bad because I'm full HP. It doesn't show you justice because it doesn't show what I can do, you know what I'm saying, when my health starts going down. But the clips I'm going to show you upcoming are going to show you guys what I can do when my health are coming down. Let me just make sure I went over everything right. I went over pretty much everything. I went over strain. I went over safeguard. I went over berserk, right? Went over the crit chance, crit damage, headshot damage, assault rifle damage, stability, reload bonus. Yeah, I went over everything, and this is basically the build. Now, let me show you the sharpshooter specializations, which makes it, you know what I'm saying, even more OP. Sharpshooter specialization, you're gonna definitely want the weapon stability, the reload speed, the headshot damage. That's pretty much all. Everything else is cool, but that's all you're gonna want. Now, thank you guys for watching this section of the video. I'm gonna transfer it to the PvP clips and the PvE clips of me basically solo and challenging missions, control points, and also doing a bit of PvP. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the build. I hope I went over everything. If I did miss something, please let me know. If I didn't make anything clear, please let me know as well. But I thank you guys for watching the video. Like I said, you can roll defensive mod slots if you want it for PvP as well. You don't need the utility mod slots as well, but make sure you're gonna have to have 5 offensive talents or less. So if it gets to the point where you roll an offense on this, you cannot put a mod slot on this. Now, hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you guys get it. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'm out. Okay guys, so in this upcoming section of these clips, I will be showing you guys the first mission I ever ran challenging. This is to show you guys the PvE side of the build, which was the main part and focus of the build, but I know people like PvP stuff as well, so I'm showing you guys, so I showed you guys that first. Now this PvE side is me soloing, I think Grand Washington Hotel it was, on challenging, and you can see it's challenging by the name bosses and how much it drops at the end, and at the end when you see the mission complete, the amount of sharpshooter points and stuff that I get, and the amount of gear that I get. That's how you know it's challenging. You can also see by the health of the red mobs, the amount of purple mobs, and the amount of elite mobs. But basically this build shreds. You can see it in action. You can see how much I'm healing and how much I can just face tank and stuff like that while I'm shooting, and how much I destroy elites. Thank you guys for watching the video. I don't think there's much else to say. I hope I didn't forget anything. This is a 30-minute long video. Hope you guys stayed to the end and you learned something about this build. But without further ado, start soloing your challenging mission. Start soloing your control points level 3. I'm able to solo control points level 3 now. I was never able to do that before. I'm able to solo control point level 4. I'm able to do challenging missions, all my dailies by myself. I'm able to do every single activity in this game solo. Stronghold solo as well. This build is OP, guys. Use it, use it, use it. I can't stress this enough. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed.
gotta take care of him. I gotta loot.